Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Jes Buffers, and on this channel here we're talking about skincare, haircare and all those sort of things that's supposed to make you look young for a really long time, or that is kind of like the goal on this channel here really. So I thought we should look a little bit about some nighttime routines for skincare and that sort of thing. And I looked at Harper's Bazaar and I found that Geri Halliwell-Horner, she has just made a new one of these go to bed with me things, and apparently she talks a lot about how simple it is and all that sort of thing. So I'm pretty sure that we can all easily follow what's going on. So if you are thinking that Geri Halliwell-Horner, she used to be known as something else, well, she was used as a ginger spice, and she was obviously in the Spice Girls group back then, and they were singing things like every boy, every girl, every mother of the bride spice up the world, or something like that. I'm sorry, it was a long time ago really. So now if we are going to look a little bit about her skincare routine, because obviously she still looks really pretty and young and nice and that sort of thing, so she must be having some tricks up her sleeve. So let's see what she has to offer. So let's have a go here.
Hello Harper's Bazaar, I'm Geri Halliwell-Horner. Are you ready to go to bed with me?
I think so.
If I'm really honest, at the end of the day, I quite like bimbling about, and it's kind of like a little bit of me time. But if any of you have the gift of a partner, which I do, I have a husband, they're sort of quite impatient. It's like, come on, get to bed. I want to turn the lights out. So
as in general,
I'm quite tired anyway, so I don't want to take too long. And I'm probably the laziest person you'll ever meet in beauty care. I am. I'm just tired and I want to go to bed. So I want to do this as fast as possible. And as simply as possible. But I'm vain. Okay, so we're going to use as minimal products as possible. And I like to keep it natural. Right? Keep it simple. But first,
but effective.
I'm going to brush my teeth.
Here
we go.
Okay. So I'm using something like that as well, and it looks like she's kind of like brushing her teeth like it was a normal brush, but you shouldn't really do that. You should do it very slowly and gently and make it do the work for you really. So
everybody does that, right?
And do it before you do the rest of the face.
Necessity. Brush your teeth. Okay, so this is brilliant. Okay, this is take the day off. Which is quite ironic, because after the day you've had, it's quite therapeutic. Mentally, take the day off. Start again. All right? And it's really, really simple.
Expensive.
It's like a balm, and you can put it on anything. You can process your day. Everyone really got on your nerves. And you can just.
What about the eyes?
Wipe it off. I found this product by mistake. I was at an airport. I love shopping at airports.
Mistake?
I think, this is my little gift to myself. And it's all you have to do, and it takes it all off.
Apart from the eye makeup.
Like that. And then...
Well, I'm sure that if you are actually using it correctly on your eye makeup, it will take it away. But I also appreciate that maybe Geri, she doesn't want to show herself off on camera without a mascara on or that sort of thing. Or maybe her eyelashes are simply dyed, or I don't know. But obviously, before you go to bed, you will take off your eye makeup and makeup in general, as she's doing here. It doesn't look like she has a lot of makeup up on her face though. But it's just that little thing. And as the video progresses, then you will see that she never does anything to her eyes. It will just be staying like that really. So another thing to say about the product she's using, apart from that it's not very cheap, then it actually contains a derivative of palm oil, and if you are a little bit concerned about the rainforest and all that sort of thing, then yes, palm oil is not the greatest thing for the rainforest. So yes, that was a little thing to think about. So yes, let's carry on.
You can either do it with a flannel or wet flannel, and that's it.
I would use a microfiber cloth and water.
Wipe your day off. Wipe all the negative
gentle.
vibes.
Be gentle to the skin. This looks a bit
the negative vibes off. Alright, like that. I'm going to confess. I sometimes go to sleep with my makeup on. But I actually like my makeup the next day. You know that sort of sunken in look? I kind of like it. It's very 90s. In the 90s, I didn't have skincare regime. I was just like, get on with it. I think maybe I use Nivea.
Right.
Which is, you know, it's like a nice cold cream.
Right.
My mum used it. I quite like it still. But I just think as you get older, it's just life happens and you're always, you know, giving to other people. So
right.
It is quite nice just to stop.
Okay.
Is that okay? This is my moment.
Yeah.
No matter. Okay, this is really good as well. I've had it for years. It's a cleansing brush. You can use this balm again. Okay. And then this is really good. And it like stimulates like circulation.
Yeah.
Okay, just do that.
Gosh.
And then just can get everything off.
It looks a bit rough.
I just like to keep things quite natural.
Are you supposed to do it like that?
Like, I don't want to look younger. I just want to look my best. That's it. I think I want to say to my brothers and sisters, you know, my fellows that are younger than me,
everybody,
it's all right to get older.
Yeah.
You know, this is the way it is. And you just, you know, make the best of what you've got. So
everybody wants to get older, really. Right, so she is now washing the stuff off. But I would say that the idea that you are to kind of like brush your face like you are using some sort of like you're doing the dishes or something like that. I mean, you should be really careful with the skin, and I think she's way too rough on the skin. And basically that sort of lymph drainage thing, it's more like something you would use on your cellulite or something like that, and there you would actually be doing a dry brushing. So here when she's using that sort of brush with the cream and that sort of thing, I think it would be a lot better if she was just sort of like using her hands, and then she was doing a gentle massage, like up, put the pressure when you do up, and then loosen the pressure as you are going down, and then just be gentle, and particularly be careful around your eye area. And I don't think that she did anything here that I would say was gentle. I think it was too harsh, too quick, too I don't hope that she does like that every day. Maybe it's just to be a little bit quick for the camera or whatever, something like that. But really, I hope she is a bit more gentle with her skin, and maybe don't do that every day. So yes, let's see what else she has in store for us.
This is your most basic beauty routine.
Yeah, really basic, right?
The funny thing is, people say to me, "Oh, you know, you look good for your age. Well done, you." And I'm like, what do you do? Not that deep. Okay, so I've worked with L'Oreal before in the past, and this is really good. It's very simple. It's serum. Okay.
But which serum is it? So it basically just says that it's a Revitalift sort of serum, and I have one here, and I think that's the one. It looks like this. And it is basically just a hyaluronic acid, so like a 1.5%, and it sort of like looks like this. It looks maybe a little bit different, but these bottles tend to look different compared to where you have bought them. And I think the one that she shows is actually this one here, apart from it says something a little bit different up here, but it looks like it says 1.5% hyaluronic acid, and then there is a dipeptide in it as well. And I will say, actually, this one here, it actually contains something else, and that is called benzyl salicylate. And I'm not very keen on salicylates, and I will say that actually if you buy this one here on iHerb, then I have nothing to do with iHerb, but I've just noticed there that if you buy something that looks very much like this, and where the ingredients are kind of like almost identical, then it does not have benzyl salicylate in it. So that is where I'm going to buy this stuff next time, because I actually have tried this for a little while, and I actually sort of like kind of like it as such. But I will take one that does not have benzyl salicylate in it, and you can get that on iHerb. But obviously you have to have it transported to the UK if you are here. But yeah, so let's carry on and see how she is actually using this serum, which I think is hyaluronic acid.
This is probably when I've got a little bit of shine. They just do this on your eyes. That's nice.
It's more like under her eyes, basically.
Really moisturize your skin. That's it? Okay. And I've discovered.
So I would say when you're using a hyaluronic acid, and I think that is what she is using, then it is important that your skin is sort of like really moist before you put it on. And one thing you can do is that you can sort of like spray a little bit of water onto it after it has been sinking into the skin, and after that you will lock it in with a night cream if it is at nighttime, and a day cream if it's in the daytime, really. So let's see what she's doing next.
I absolutely love. You can wear it during the day, but I actually put it on any time. Okay.
Right.
It's called Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. Why I like it, it kind of feels traditional. It feels like a cold cream. I really, really like it, so I use it a lot. But I just like...
It's rather expensive, and she's using rather a lot.
Thick, and it feels like you use it when you're a granny. I just like
it looked
that.
like a face mask,
But the
really.
thing is, my skin looks really nice after.
Are you supposed to use that much?
Really like it. I just
Does she
started
have
this
very
project
dry
not so
skin?
long ago,
She
actually,
might.
Maybe, I don't know, this year. I've seen it used before by other makeup artists.
Right.
I know Charlotte, and she's amazing. But here's the thing, what I think about any form of self-care. It's like something about it is saying you're enough, that you count. It's sort of something really loving, irrespective of what the cream is that you choose.
Right, but if we're just looking at the cream, then it's fine to say all this sort of love yourself and all that sort of thing. Great, yeah. But if we're looking at the cream, then actually it contains something that is very interesting, particularly if she is using it at night time, and that is because it has UV filters in it. So actually it has a homosalate in it, and it has a etylhexysalicylate, octocrylene, and avobenzone. But when I looked at it, I couldn't really see that it says that it was an SPF, but it might say somewhere. But I just wondered that it has these UV filters in it, and again, two of them, they are salicylates, and that is not something that is really great. And that is, of course, because, as we've spoken about before, that salicylates, they can turn into salicylic acid in the body, and that has been shown to be a hormone disruptor in animal studies. So that is really not something you would like to put onto your skin. And if you must, because you might be in America, and there are some issues with FDA and all that sort of thing with UV filters, so you still have to use the old ones if you are in the United States. But it is just like if you have a cream that has these filters in it, definitely, I mean, you would not use it at night, would you? But I guess Geri, she doesn't know that, so maybe she knows that now. But there is actually a nighttime version as well, and I think that if she likes this sort of product that much, then she should use the night cream instead. But it might be a little bit more thick, so maybe she should use a little bit less than what we are seeing that she's using here. And it looks like it's sinking in pretty well to her skin, so maybe she has sort of like a dryish skin. I don't know, but definitely the cream is not cheap. So if you're using a whole lot of it, well, I'm pretty sure Charlotte, she will be very happy. So let's see what goes on next.
Choose. There's something about taking it all off and going, you know what?
Right.
I'm going to give you this, because you count, but I've got one more thing that I want to do. Because I think the truth is, beauty is an inside job. Because you can put all these creams on, which is great. But if you don't feel good here, it's not quite as good. And sometimes we might need a little bit of...
I would say that, yes, beauty comes from within. And yes, obviously, if you are not a happy person, how can you look really lovely and nice and all that sort of thing? But I actually had hoped that she would say a little bit more about that beauty comes from within, because you need actually to have a proper diet and all that sort of thing in order to really look as young as you can. And it's not supposed to be younger than your age. It's basically just about looking as good as you can for your age. So yes, in that sense, I thought she would now tell us a little bit about what she was doing with supplements, or what sort of diet she is eating or something like that. But no, it was more about love yourself and you will look radiant and all that sort of thing. And yes, okay, let's see what happens.
Outside validation. Doesn't it feel wonderful when, you know, a girlfriend says, you're amazing, or you can do it? But, you know, sometimes that doesn't happen. So I'm going to share with you one rule, just one rule. It's going to empower you.
Okay.
So, here we go. It's a really basic one. It's really simple. It's have courage. That's it. Have courage. It means just go for it. So when you wake up in the morning, it's there ready for you.
I would say if you are using the beauty routine she has here, maybe you need a bit of courage, because I mean, I really wouldn't do it. No, I really wouldn't do that. So I would say it would take a bit of courage to do as she is doing, because I don't think it's really good for the skin. So I would say there are better alternatives. So yes, let's carry on.
Yeah, you can do this. Just like if you put on a good cream, the next morning you feel like, oh, I feel fresh. of my nighttime routine, the wind down, my favourite thing to do is take a good book with me.
Right.
I love reading, and my favourite thing about bedtime is having a really good book to escape with.
Okay.
And I've got this new novel, Rosie Frost and the Falcon Queen. And it's about finding the courage you never knew you had.
Okay.
So, I'm going to recommend you take her to bed with you too. There you are. Thanks for going.
So here we actually saw a little bit about why she was, in my opinion, why she might be doing the Harper Bazaar thing. I think it is because she wanted to promote her little book there. And it might be really good, it might be really great and all that sort of thing. I mean, when I go to bed, I try to sleep. I don't really try and use a book in order to, I mean, basically, when I was a child, I read a lot of books. But I would say, as I gotten a bit older, I'm more reading sort of like scholarly articles and news and all that sort of thing. I don't really have time for all that. And when I go to bed, I'm tired. So yes, it might be great if you can't sleep to have a little book to escape with and that sort of thing. But I think that the whole setup here was basically in order to promote that book. So yes, I don't want to be cynical, but yes, that's my view on it. So yeah, let's carry on.
To bed with me, Harper's Bazaar. That was my nighttime routine. It's very simple.
Yeah.
It's lovely to share it with you.
Thank you.
Anyway, I'm going to bed. I'm a bit tired. Good night.
Good night. Mwah. So yeah, that was Geri Halliwell-Horner's nighttime routine, and I would say that yes, it's not something I would take any sort of inspiration from as such, apart from if it is this one she is using, then yes, I can say as such I like that as well. But definitely I would take the one that does not have benzoyl salicylate in it, and apparently you can get that on iHerb. Yeah. So when I buy some of my other stuff that I normally buy on iHerb, I will definitely buy this one here as well. Now, another thing to say about it is that actually, if you are here in the UK, you might have seen that this series here has these smaller ampoules, and they are super expensive. But lo and behold, it looks like what are in them is exactly what is in this one here, if you are buying the one that you can get on iHerb, and that is a whole lot cheaper than if you are buying these smaller ampoules. So yes, that was a little tip there for you there as well. So yes, if you like to see more of this sort of videos, please subscribe to the bell and do all those things to be notified when I upload more of this sort of videos. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye.